Hey, Jim Payne here, and welcome to this year's Folk Festival. I must say this must rank amongst the most unusual circumstances of any appearance I've done at the Folk Festival over the years, because for several previous festivals I've done dance workshops of one sort or another, but this year the question is, what does traditional Newfoundland and Labrador dance look like in the COVID era? You can only waltz with somebody who's already part of your bubble, and there really is no way to do socially distanced square dancing. So this year we're going to have to settle for individual step dancing, for which you don't need a partner, you don't need a mask, and other people might be happy to socially distance from you, possibly for their own safety, depending on your dance style. So for this year's version of my dance workshop, I'm going to illustrate the basics of step dancing. Now, step dancing is usually, but not exclusively, done to reels, or step tunes, as they're often called in some parts of the province. That means they're in 4/4 time, so your rhythmic count is a simple 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the goal, of course, is to step out that rhythm, that 4/4 rhythm, with your feet. So start by standing up straight, get your shoulders back, directly up over your heels. Arms are free, they'll help you with your balance, so don't put them on your hips, just let them hang by your sides loosely for the time being, and then once you start dancing, you can use them how you see fit. Movement in Newfoundland and Labrador step dancing is more side to side than it is up and down, because here we do the steps very close to the floor. Now I'm going to stop and change the camera position, and then we'll get right to it. So the thing about learning to step dance is that for anybody who's not used to it, you listen to the music playing, you watch people dance to it, it seems so fast, so it's kind of intimidating, you know, for anybody just coming to it for the first time. The trick really is to keep the rhythm slow when you're learning the steps and practice them slowly until you're comfortable bringing them more up to speed. Now this is really, we'll start here with quite a basic step. It's really a kind of a chorus step that you can keep coming back to in between more complicated steps that you might want to do. And really it's counting out the 4/4 rhythm, except we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's like a step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And really it's very simple. So it's a step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step. Side view, step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step. Other side, step, heel, toe, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, step. And once you get that going, like I say, it's kind of a chorus. You can just keep coming back to it. Once you really get it going, start it, slowly. Once you've actually learned to do it fast, you'll find it a lot more difficult to do slowly. And if I start bringing it up to speed, so it's up to speed. Then you start adding other, some might call them more complicated steps. They're not really complicated. The trick is to always be able to come back to the beat. So once you've got that basic thing going, and then you can throw in steps. So let's see. That's a pretty simple step. And you're back to the chorus. That's another fairly simple step. Always back to the chorus. And you can as long as you keep coming back to the chorus. any of those sorts of things you can put in. You can improvise your own steps. I've seen people down on their knees, tapping out rhythm with their knees, but anything goes. Because really, the idea behind individual step dancing, it was often done by men to try and impress the women. So things haven't really changed all that much. All right, so now that you've been practicing some of those steps, let's see how they might work to a piece of music. I'll just, try to sort of illustrate really how, by starting with the chorus and being able to keep coming back to it, and make sure I always come back on the beat after I insert a particular step. And this is an old reel I picked up from down the coast. Just see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. So, how'd you make out with that? I'm sure you'll do just fine with a bit of practice, and there's lots of great music being played around here for you to dance along with. You know, the poet Ezra Pound once said that music atrophies without dance, and we certainly don't want that to happen. So keep dancing, stay safe, take care. Thanks for checking in with this year's Folk Festival, and we hope to see you all in the park next year. Dance on!